Okay, y'all, here we go. We back again. Feel like it's been a minute. When was the last time I was on? Last Wednesday, Thursday? Okay. Just want to run through some different things over the past week. All right. Let me get situated. Got Marcus Bell in the building. What's going on, man? Yeah, been a crazy week, man, and I want to go all the way back to Wednesday. I did a fight companion, but I just want to go back and do a little review of Invicta FC 47. Because I called that card with y'all. It's pretty good. It's pretty good for the most part. So if y'all missed it, I just want to fill y'all in for those that missed it, right? Because there's some women that you need to look out for on this Invicta FC 47 card. Everybody's still on the come up. Some fighters still on the grind, but overall we had some good performances. Lafayette, what's going on? Marcus Bell said all three of his picks won. Yeah, all my UFC picks won. I'm not gonna lie, my Bellator picks were more fan picks, except for Killos. Like Killos, I was a fan pick as well as an analyst pick, and I was wrong on that one. But Lachana Green, that was her first fight in Bellator, so I was kind of like, I'm gonna still rock with it because I like her. Same with Kate Jackson. I expected Kate Jackson to win though. I ain't gonna lie, I expected Kate Jackson to win because Caliendo was on I won't say like a big losing streak. I just thought, Kate Jackson was a higher level. So, that's how it goes, man. Kia Holtz, she did hurt kind of once Nabi opened the seconds, but fell into her game plan. You know, I went 0-3 in Bellator. That was crazy. But when I went straight with my UFC picks as far as how they, were going to play out, I was just going off of skill, and was there anybody I was like really, really, really good? Besides Araujo, like as far as who I really wanted to go, yeah, I wanted Caitlyn to pull it out just because I like how Caitlyn, I like how Caitlyn Chookagian style bugs everybody. You know what I mean? Like that's why every time she wins, I just kind of laugh. Like, I mean, yo, man, like Caitlyn ain't stopping nobody. How come y'all can't stop her? you know, that's why I just laugh at it. But we got about 10 of y'all in here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Welcome back. It's been a good weekend. Well, I was grinding. Let's see who we got. Lafayette, what's up? Mr. Lee, Brian. I want to talk about Invicta 47 real quick. If y'all missed Invicta 47, I recommend go check it out. It's on YouTube. You can definitely go back and pull that up for free. Ain't no charges, so no excuses. So don't ask me who this person is and that person is, and I can tell you, hey, that person came from Invicta. I'm giving y'all some insider here, because y'all don't ever watch Invicta. Invicta, is a good organization for the women. Been around for 10 years now. I've been watching it every single one of those years. I enjoy it. But this last one here, man, Dakoti versus Apatella card, it was good. I enjoyed it. Dakoti was going to win just like I thought. But let me run through the card here real quick. This one fight, let me see. Well, not this fight I'm talking about here, but I'm just run up the card real quick, fill y'all in on the results. Let's see. You had Elisa Lindusky. She beat Jennifer Chang. This was her debut win, her debut fight. And I thought it was a decent fight. Lindusky was for a first fight, showed some good striking, good ground game, good takedowns, good leg kicks. I thought Chang had a good attack with her right hands and her stand up. But overall, Lindusky just, I'd say 1-2 rounds in this one. Just overall pretty much controlled on the ground, as well as, like I said, her leg attacks, so Lindusky got her first win. So we'll see where she goes. That was a strawweight fight. We'll see what she does in the strawweight division there in Invicta. All right. But this one here, I'm going to tell y'all this is who y'all need to look out for. She's only 2-0, and I'm not overhyping her. This fighter here, Fatima Klein, yeah, this girl is working. Fatima Klein, boy, Sydney Trio, she was another one I was looking at. I had my eye on Sydney Trio since LFA. It's only been in a game like 3 fights, but still, I've been watching both of these fighters, but I thought it would be a little bit more competitive. But then I looked at the size and what Klein is bringing. Man, Fatima Klein, she's got a good grasp of well-roundedness. I mean, right from the jump, it was pressure and good striking. Not only is she a good grappler, but she knows how to get takedowns. Yeah, she was dealing with a smaller fighter, but Klein was throwing them hands. She was throwing good hands in this fight. Good striking, good kicks, and just overpowering Trio. Sydney Trio is a good stand-up fighter, but she didn't have anything for Klein, who was bringing hands and the ground game. And, she worked her for 3 rounds till she finished her. Finished her with some hard ground and pound. She got that full mount, was slinging hands on her. If you go back and look how she was on top of her with that ground and pound, that's ground and pound. Okay, that's ground and pound. So, yeah, shout out to Fatima Klein. Like, she's probably the one on this card I would say I put the spotlight on. Early on, I'm looking at what she's doing. All right, going to 135, you have Serena, Dejesus versus Brittney Cloudy. Shout out to Brittney Cloudy, man. I was picking her to win in this one. I thought she was going to just try her best and pick her apart. Hang on, let me see if I can find this one. Pick Serena Dejesus apart. But Serena pulled her into that. She pulled her into that inside fight. She pulled her into that inside fight with her. And that's where I was like, this is where she's got to be more on her game, where she's just like picking her part with the jab, staying on the outside. But she chose to stay on the inside with Serena, who's big, strong, and can club, Hang on one second. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, I'm back. I was just fixing something. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah. Serena Dejesus and Brittney Cloudy, man. This could have been Brittney Cloudy's fight. I ain't gonna lie, man, because I thought she had the skill. Which she did. I think she just fought the wrong fight. She just went in there and fought the wrong fight and really got pulled into a fight with a big, strong bantamweight. Serena Dejesus, you see a lot of her shots coming, but she never stops trying. She never stops trying. She's tough. I like her. I like what she's bringing, but I like that heart. Brittney Cloudy, I thought definitely had the skill level to go in there. After that first round, I was like, okay, she's found her groove. She had this clinch that was working on Dejesus with her elbows, catching her with elbows. But Serena started doing it. She started using that game plan, but she would keep Brittney pressed to the cage. She was using her strength. She was really putting that work on her. So I can't say make any excuses. You know what I mean? Like, I thought Brittney had it the first round, but Dejesus, she came on stronger, started landing harder left hands, harder punches, and Brittney putting pressure on it. Yeah. But I just think from here, Brittney's got to stay on it. She's got to stay on it. She's got to stay on using the IQ, dealing with pressure, knowing how to fight, only in like spurts on the inside, and just sticking to her game plan. Let's see. Brian said Trio showed really good defense on the ground most of the time. That gives me hope for her. She can turn that in the offense as she grows. Yeah, she did, but I mean, overall, I think it's pretty clear that Fatima was a dominant fighter. Like, I'm not saying Trio was bad, but she was still overpowered. I mean, Trio, yeah, Trio's got a long, she's still got a lot to learn. Ain't no, we not counting her out, but I mean, she was overpowered by Fatima Klein. Outgunned on the feet and controlled on the ground for the most part, right? That's why she couldn't get out that full mount and she got finished, right? Yeah, but shout out to Cindy Trio. I've been watching her. Like, I think she was just in there with too big of a strong, well-rounded fighter. Right? But yeah, she can bounce back. But that wasn't hers to win that night. Let's see. Yeah, so Dejesus got this victory. Liana Perrosin, Janisa Miranda. That fight started to look a little competitive, man. This fight started to look a little bit more competitive. I think Perrosin was underestimating that pressure and a little bit of the striking of Miranda, because Miranda was actually closing in a few times. She was closing in on her and landed some shots. But overall, Perrosin, she did what she was supposed to do. She's the bigger fighter here at flyweight. Miranda, yes, she's definitely put the weight on, but she didn't really have the height and the reach to deal with Perrosin striking. When she got it to the ground, it was a little interesting, but for the most part, Perrosin, she was in control. I thought one judge had Miranda winning the fight, though. I might have to go back and look closely at that. Let's see, yeah, because that was a split decision win for Perrosin. I know some of y'all were picking her, but it turned out to be a lot closer. Some of y'all thought it was gonna be easy, but no, it was a close fight. Oh man, but look at this fight here, man. I hate to talk about this fight. Like, I ain't even gonna do her like that, definitely, but I'm gonna just post this picture. Oh man, Jillian Dakoti, man, first round knockout over Lindsey Vanzant. Oh man, dang, this was crushing one, man. I like Lindsey. I'm cool with her. Of course, I was picking her to win. What can be said, man? I think she just got caught, man. I think she just got caught. It was just one of them situations where, you don't expect. I don't think they expected Dakoti to be as sharp with her hands, and I think that's something Jillian Dakoti said they were working on her hands. That right hand is something that they had been working on, and the fashion that it came was just like, wow, wow. Lindsey Vanzant was stepping in with the pressure. To me, should have been fighting a little bit longer, letting Jillian Crump come to her instead of trying to walk her down. And a lazy left was thrown by Vanzant. Dakoti stepped in, perfectly turned over right hand, and she was out. And it was scary because when she got caught, it wasn't just like, oh, she was laying there and more ground and pound could have finished her. Like, she could have jumped on her. No, she was out. Like, you could see her eyes. Like I said, you see Amir Khan, like when he's out, that's how it was. Like, she was out. She ate a couple hammer fists, but I mean, those were just icing on the cake. That they weren't even necessary. Of course, he was just caught in the moment. I don't blame her, for going after it. But I'm just saying it was really a one-hitter quitter that Dakoti put together in there. So, win some, lose some, you get caught sometimes. Lindsey, she'll be back. As for Dakoti, she said she wants a title shot. Why not? I think Del Boney brings a more well-rounded game. So we'll see. We will see. All right, let's see who else do we have on this card. Okay. Another one of my fighters that I enjoy watching. Co-main event, Chelsea Chandler and Courtney King at featherweight. This picture describes Chelsea Chandler's style. I mean, Chelsea Chandler went in there and got a unanimous decision. Yep. First round was pretty much what I expected. Her landing the hardest strikes, putting pressure on Courtney. But Courtney King, don't underestimate her work rate. The girl can throw volume. The girl can throw volume. Courtney King has hands. She just don't have a ground game. So Chelsea did smart, clinched her up. Courtney King's kind of stiff, so Chelsea was putting a lot of pressure on, hitting with some hard strikes, getting the fight down to the ground. Second round, I think some judges gave that to Courtney King, which I can see why, because there was a lot of volume landed by her in that round. Some hands, a few kicks to the body. So when they saw that open scoring, Chelsea's team, they definitely had to turn it up, and they said, okay, we tied up. So they made that adjustment, took this fight to the ground, showed who had the better grappling, who's just a better all-around grittier fighter, Good fight. I think Chelsea, she's really been coming into her striking, definitely getting better with her hands. Courtney King, I don't know. Definitely needs to work on her takedown defense. Maybe work on her physical strength a little bit more, because she's got something going for her when it comes to her volume. She throws some hands. She does throw hands, So we'll see what's next for her. Courtney King, 4-3. She can still put on some fights. I mean, who else is there right now, featherweight? We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. As for Chelsea made it known. She was like, yo, she called names. She was too she wasn't calling names out, but she was making a point. She said, look, UFC, take me. She was like, Norma Dumont, Macy Chiasson, that's all y'all got. Norma basically saying they don't have any other fighters. Chelsea was like, yo, I'll sign up. Sign me up. She made it known. She told the UFC, sign me up. Which I know, I can understand why she wants to go there, but would it help? As far as long-term wise, I don't know, because you don't know what they're doing with their division. If I was Chelsea, I would say Bellator, because there's a division there. I mean, if you're looking for money, I don't know what UFC is paying. I mean, as far as what a lot of these fighters are saying, is the money that much better? Is exposure better? Seem like exposure is better. That's all. A lot of people complaining about UFC money. So I think Bellator might be the better choice, because they could sign you, but then you might wind up like these other featherweights, just fighting in limbo. Might make you squeeze down to 135. Who knows? So I go to Bellator. I'm just saying, because there's a top 15, top 10, whatever, and you can make your way up the ladder, right? But the thing about Bellator is not that consistent and not putting on cards like that. So I can see why she'd want to do the UFC on that note, right? Okay, but we'll think about that. Okay, main event. Emily Dakoti, Elisa Zapatella. Pretty much how I felt this fight was going to go. Emily Dakoti was going to get this fight by some type of stoppage. Doesn't matter, if it was going to be knocked down and unanswered strikes, or knockout on the fence, unanswered strikes, whatever. I knew she was going to get this fight won by stoppage. I just didn't know in this fashion with that damage to her eye, man. I hate to see that type of stuff, man. Her eye, it wasn't even like a golf ball on her eye. I mean, it was like blood, and I thought some serious damage was done to Zapatella's eye, But from the jump, you could see the difference just all around, size and strength, and not just that, but the arsenal. Zapatella never really had arsenal to compete at 115. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, this was the evidence. I mean, the last fight against Del Boney was evidence, but this was even the proof I was talking about. Zapatella don't have that type of skill set that's going to go in there and compete with bigger girls when she's only like what 5 foot. Somebody said 4'11" one time. Is she 4'11"? Let me check. Probably somebody's being no, she's 4'11". At least Zapatel's listed at 4'11". So 115 is not really a good place for somebody that short. That's just a wrestler. You know, you better be on your game like Andrade with power and strength and all of that if you want to compete at 115. So I don't know. I don't know who really put that in her mind. Maybe it was hers. Maybe she just wanted to do it, which is fine. You want to test yourself. But Dakoti, right from the jump, controlled this fight, piecing her up, controlling the distance, timing. Zapatella did try to shoot in for a few takedowns, I think. No success. Second round, same deal. Catching right hands to that left side of her face, her eye. It was kind of brutal to watch in a sense, like just a slow, brutal fight, because you know what lies ahead for somebody that's small, fighting somebody that's much stronger. And you know, like Emily Dakota's not like huge, but still, she did fight at 125 at a point early in her career. You know, so the champ defends her belt. Emily Dakota, what could be next for her? I don't know. Who else is here in the division? I mean, she can fight whoever. Let me see who else. Going back to Serena Dejesus, she called out Tanisha Tennant for a title shot. I like that fight. I mean, Tanisha Tennant did beat Dejesus in the bantamweight tournament, the one rounder. You know, so I'd like to see a 5-round fight between them. Still got Tennant winning, but that would be a good fight. As for Dakoti, let me see. That's two stoppage wins in a row. Who else is at 115 now? Who came? Some of the fight. There's a couple fighters from the UFC that just got cut. I know Miranda got cut. Is she back? There's somebody I'm thinking of that went back to the UFC. We're back to the Invicta. Can't think of them right now. I think Lauren Mueller. Lauren Mueller used to be a 115er. I don't know. There's not really like a full-on rank with these fighters anymore. Like that's one thing that Invicta FC needs to put on their website is a ranking for each division. Let me see. Let's check out their rankings. I'm gonna go up to their website here. Let's see if they have Invicta FC rankings. That's one thing I noticed. They never did have rankings up here. Maybe because they feel like they don't have enough fighters, or they just, I mean, they still rank them. Give us something. Right? But yeah, shout out to these ladies. You know, 10 years in the game. I enjoyed it. Once again, you know, eyes on fighters like Chelsea Chandler trying to make her way to featherweight, hopefully in the UFC. That's what she's hoping for. Eyes on Fatima Klein. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I'm just saying, like, I'm not overrating the fighter, but I'm just saying she's got the pitch. She's got the idea when it comes to her hand game and her ground game. Like, how she'll, like, strike her way in and then muscle you and take you down. Yeah, Fatima Klein's got something going, and I think eventually you'll see what I'm talking about. Kind of like Aaron Blanchfield. Some people don't think Aaron's that good, but I told people, you know, Aaron Blanchfield is going to be in there eventually. Give Fatima Klein maybe 2-0. Give her maybe like 6 more wins. No need to rush. 6 wins. She's young. She's 21. Or keep it going. Keep it going for however long you need. No time limit on it. Because at 21, she's not even hitting her prime. So no need to go to the UFC yet. Fight LFA as well. Try to grab the belt here in strawweight at Invicta FC. Give her maybe 2 or 3 more fights, and then fight Emily Dakoti. Let me check these comments. Colostrum said, I don't think Emily Dakoti's that good. I think Fatima Klein beats her. She could, man. She could, because in 3 to 4 fights. I'm not right now. I don't think she could do it now. I think Emily Dakoti still has the timing and the counter punching to handle that style. But on the ground, her grappling is on point. Let's look at her grappling record, man. Like, I want people to know who Klein is now, so they can understand what she's bringing to the table, and they won't call her overrated when she gets there. Because I'll be trying to research on some of these ladies and see where they headed, but like, her record's 2-0. But look at her grappling, man. Look at this grappling record. She fought. I mean, she rolled with everybody. Look at this grappling record right here. Let's see, 5, 7, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 19. Yeah, she's been on the grappling circuit since 2020. How old was she then? 19? Yeah, this girl killing the jiu-jitsu right now. At 19 years old, telling y'all, see, I've been watching some of these fighters, and they young like this. They working. Look at his names on her resume too, on the mat. Let me see who we got. Brittney Elkin, Vanessa Demopoulos, beat Vanessa Demopoulos. In the Medusa 1. Armbarred her. Demopoulos. I rate her grappling pretty darn high. You know what I mean? So Demopoulos taking her out. Who else I seen? Kayla Patterson, Claire North. Yeah, so she's a good grappler. But that's aside from what I'm talking about. I mean, look at her hand game, and look at her wrestling and her fight game, her fight attitude. She knows how to work. So keep an eye on her. Oh, Robert Henry, what's going on? He said, haven't seen the latest video update, but let me say this up front. Losing to Chookagian was not a good sign for Ribas. I need her to win. I know whatever the fashion is, it's not good for Ribas. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, you talk bad about Chookagian style, but I'm just saying, man, it's like, hey, if her style is that bad, why didn't Ribas go in there and finish her? I'm just saying, man. It's like, if Ribas went in there and did damage and did what she needed to do to really get the win, because you could argue she won, but still wasn't pretty. Still got pieced up. So, but that's another topic, but I'll get to that in a minute. All right. Invicta FC, I enjoyed it. It was fun. Check it out. It was on YouTube. All right. Bellator, I went 0-3. Man, like I said, I just looked at the other fight yesterday of Lachana Green and what is her name? Lachana Green, Chiara Pinko. I knew what Pinko was capable of. Pinko has those hands. She's strong. She's got the experience. This was Lachana Green's first fight in Bellator. She hasn't fought at this high level, but I was just rocking with her. So Pinko did what she needed to do. Pieced her up for 3 rounds. Good leg kicks. Knocking Green off balance a few times and dropping her with her right hand. Pinko put hands on her. Pinko's a good fighter. Chiara Pinko's good. Good kickboxing in there. Lachana Green, she's still got some development that needs to be, it needs to be done right away, being signed to Bellator. But yeah, I was just going with her, like I said, fan. And then Kate Jackson, I expected her to win, though. But shout out to Galina Caliendo, man. She went in there and put the work in. Now, I don't understand what Kate Jackson's plan was to kind of walk in there in the first round. Like, she walked into a lot of shots. Like, Caliendo was piecing her up. Like, she was just storming in. Caliendo landed good punches. Kate Jackson trying to take this girl down, but Caliendo was looking big in there. She looked strong. Like, she was really trying to force these takedowns. But I'm like, if you can't get her down, you might just have to go to a plan B because she's not going down. Like, she was thick in there. Like, Caliendo went down, winds up on top, and to me, got the better of the takedown. Then going into the second round, Kate Jackson had some good moments, but she was just dealing with a bigger, stronger, improved fighter, Caliendo. What did Caliendo do? Just work her. Got it. Did she get a full mount? No, I wasn't a full mount. She just like started teeing off on Kate Jackson. Kate Jackson was getting hurt, man, and got finished in the second round. So I don't know. Good win for Caliendo. You know, like I said, I was going with Kate Jackson for good reason. She's higher ranked, you know, and more experienced. But Caliendo made the right improvements. Looked stronger. But also you can contribute that to Kate fighting the wrong fight. Trying to muscle this girl down, but she was huge. She looked huge in there. You know? Let me see. Robert Henry said, checked out your explanation on why you're taking a break on the GOAT Talk. I find it interesting that you feel that way because I've been bored with it for some time myself. Yeah, I've been bored with it, my Robert. I've been like, because ain't nobody ever gonna win that argument. To me, I think boxing you can make more of an argument who's a better fighter, but even then it's subjective. This WMMA game is too young. There's good fighters that are in the standing for it, pioneers and so on, but I can't really I can't really put my stamp on who's the greatest of all time. Let's see. Mr. Lee said, I enjoyed the Pinko fight, green fight. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. That was the one thing I liked about the Pinko and the green fight. They were kickboxing. Like, Pinko had good leg kicks, ripping that lead leg. Green had some good left hooks. They were going at it. Yeah, Zalman K. Jackson. Oh, man. Because obviously he was the only one to pick Watanabe. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of a lucky pick because I still don't see her beating Liz Carmouche in the future. But let's talk about that fight, man. Denise Killos. I think I was like one of the only ones to pick Chookagian, right? No, some of y'all picked Chookagian. But anyways, got like 20 of y'all in here. Make sure y'all hit the like button before we talk about this Killos situation. Okay, so Killos Watanabe played out like I thought it would, because if you heard my breakdown, I said she's a big fighter. She's a wrestler. If it goes to the ground, it's her fight. I thought Killos had the IQ, you know, to keep it standing and keep range. Opening second, landed a beautiful combination that stunned Watanabe, but instead of creating distance, what does she do? She gets caught in and lets Watanabe take her down. And, you know, Killos did okay on the ground. You know, she did okay on the ground. Like, you know, she was defending, but the bigger, stronger fighter on the ground was Watanabe. This was her place. I mean, even whenever Killos tried for that armbar attempt, Watanabe was just too strong for her. You know, she was able to peel that off and go back to controlling, right? So outside of that, I just really think that this fight was really in favor of Watanabe the more it stayed in close. You know, there needed to be more. How can I put this? Yeah, because Watanabe also got the back and almost got a rear naked choke. You know, for Denise, it just needed to be more of a stand-up game. That's why I kept saying over and over, it's just got to be stand-up here. You know, you're dealing with somebody 3 inches taller, wide, physically strong, wrestler, grappler. Why, you know, continue to try to stay in there and fight like that? Right? And I think that's something some of these MMA fighters need to train on is patience. As far as when you hurt somebody with a punch, don't go wild, you know, don't go jumping in there. You know, you got to create more distance to land another one of the perfect shots. that got them there. That's what I'm saying. Like when you hurt somebody with a shot, you got to continue with what got the shot. You got to continue with the same range to connect more. You can't go wild and start smothering your shots. Oh, I'm gonna lay on, start landing these little pity pat ground and pound strikes. No, land harder right hand at a range. They're hurt. Back them up. Hit them with a left hook, same range, right hand, and they'll go down. No need to go in there and try to get too fancy with it or blow your load and get on the person and start trying to get that quick ground and pound, because usually when the fighter hits the ground, that gives them time to recover because they'll hold you. That's just me. Like from what I've been seeing over the past 20 some years, even with boxing, like when guys hurt somebody, they start smothering their shots and laying on them. It gives their opponent time to rest or lay on them or tie them up. No, you got to create more distance or keep the same distance. So that was where I was coming from with Killos. Like if she did that in the first round, she probably would have got it. Second round though, yeah, Kana Watanabe, she took Denise down right away, picked her right where she left off. And Denise, she was able to turn in her guard, land some hammer fists, take a little bit of control. It was like in a 50-50 position at one point. But then, she lost the point with that illegal kick. That's what really made it downhill from there. Then Kana Watanabe takes the fight right back down. To me, I think Denise was too accepting of the takedowns. I thought she should have been fighting a little bit harder. Like I said, that's just me. But, Kana Watanabe, she was staying on her. When she accept these takedowns, she just flowing with it, taking her back, wearing her down, flowing from the front to the back, and then just turns into, as Denise tries to turn into her guard, Watanabe locks that triangle around her neck. Just as she was trying to turn into the guard, Watanabe got her guard up high and was able to get the triangle around her neck and submitted her. Right. So yeah. Another one, just another situation where IQ is very important. Like right from the jump, your main focus to me, if this fighter doesn't have hands like you, is to keep it standing to me. When you deal with somebody as big as Kana Watanabe, somebody's physically strong, but doesn't have the hands, I'd be like, yo, I'm piecing this person up all day. I ain't gonna try to take you. I ain't taking this fight to your game. I ain't gonna wrestle you. I'm gonna hurt you like she did in the first round. And then it should have been just teeing off from there. It should have been just striking clinic. No inside work, just work from the outside. Which Caitlin Chookagian does. Like, as much as people hate her, she doesn't have power. Let's match these two up. Okay. Chookagian doesn't have a lot of finishes, no power, but she's committed. You got Denise Killos, committed, exciting, but you see what happens though sometimes when you don't commit to the striking, right? So it's nice to have the power, yeah, but in this case, it would have been nice to have the IQ to go with the power, right? That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. Let's see. Zama said 1 KO loss and everyone thought she would drop every fight. Well, before Zama go ahead and start basking in his one victory, it's not the fact that one loss, it's matching her up with somebody with the power and the striking. Like if you look at the previous fights, she got hurt in every single fight leading up to Liz Carmouche, right? What's her name? Laura hurt her. Ilaria Wani hurt her. And like I said, you keep getting hit like that, it's going to take the right fighter to go ahead and finish you. And who finished her? Liz Carmouche, right? Liz Carmouche finished her. Going into this fight, same thing was about to happen. And you have to go with Killos because of the hands. To me, like if you stay on your game, that's what you should get, right? If you stay on your game, you'll get the same thing that Liz Carmouche get. That's why I'm basing it off of. Like her levels of striking is better, but that level of IQ though, of just keeping the range that wasn't there. So I think a lot of people pick Killos for that reason. Like I stick with that because the next person with hands and good IQ will put her down because she got hit with the same shots. That's all that's all this I'm kind of that's the point I'm making basically. Because you got rocked in your last 4 fights. So again, the right person comes along. If you don't correct that, you know what happens. Okay, so let me check some of these comments before we talk UFC. What are y'all talking about here? I got to go back up a little bit. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, MJ said I'm a big Denise fan, but she was underestimated. Yeah, she was fighting the wrong fight. Definitely, definitely underestimated her on the ground. She shouldn't have been down there as long as as long as she should have. What's going on, y'all? I just been talking, so let me check these comments here. MJ also told Denise if she wants to know how to beat Velasquez, she should listen to these WMMA channels. But yeah, she didn't listen. She's not 0-2 her last fights. Yeah, I mean, like they're only gonna listen to so much. Like I'm basing it off of it. I'm not just basing it off of. I'm basing off of observation and experience. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna steer any of these fighters wrong and just make up stuff. So how to beat Watanabe, I can give her the game plan for that for sure. I believe in that 100%. That's why you saw her not get the victory because what did I say in my prediction the other day? Do not go to the ground with this girl. Keep distance, land big shots, but don't get drawn into the ground. And you'll be guaranteed to win. That's why I'm wondering, like, sometimes do these fighters just want to fight or do they want to win? Like, if you want to guarantee win, yeah, I can tell you how. Sometimes, like not everything's on a hit, but if I'm studying styles and I know it, like a striker versus a wrestler, yeah, I could probably help you out. Especially when I've seen this person get rocked numerous times throughout their fights. We just build off of that, right? We're just gonna build off of that. We're gonna get you to land the right shots, create distance, and eventually that knockout's gonna come. That's what I'm saying, MJ. That's what I'm saying. Like, even with Velasquez, like, hey, we'll get you in there against a long, tall fighter landing overhand rights. When she taking breaks, we're gonna have you working. But they gotta want it. They got to want it. Yeah, the victory was there for her, but I don't know. It was just all around wrong fight. Like, yeah, you can defend these submissions, but get back to the feet where you stronger. What does Joanna do? Joanna scrambles. MJ, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, you see a difference between IQ. Like MJ, like look at Joanna. Like Joanna got takedown defense. She's strong. Probably can grapple a little bit, but no, like you take her down. She's like, nope. I'm back up. I'm a striker. She like, I'm a striker. We getting right back up. Yeah, I could probably defend this, but no, I'm getting right back up. I'm gonna win on my feet. And I think Killos works with Joanna too, right? I think she worked with Joanna a little bit. She needed that scramble in her to say, "Oh no, I ain't going to the ground. I'm gonna get back up." But that wasn't there. But they'll learn. They'll learn. Okay. Yep. They'll learn. James Perez. What's up? Robot Chicken said James Perez, if no one can't beat Chookagian, she's a fraud. No, man. Like, Chookagian's not an easy fighter. Chookagian's not an easy win, man. I still think Manon beats her, but I mean, Chookagian is a good fighter. She's not number one just because, like, come on, like, Chookagian's working. Like, Chookagian's working for what she has. Like, she's not a hype job. Chookagian's fought a lot of doggone fighters, and everybody I named on her resume is not an easy win. Like, it's not a tomato can. It's not a one-dimensional fighter. Like, Chookagian has just got an IQ that these other fighters can't master. I talked about in this video I just did. You know what I mean? Like, hey, like, I know you don't like her style, but don't get mad at her. I mean, the one with the W's is the one I'm like, they doing something right. Talk to everybody. Look, don't get mad at her. Look, talk about everybody that she beat. That's why I give props to Valentina and Andrade. Why? Because they didn't fall to that game. So talk to the ones that lost to her. It'd be like, yo, why you let somebody with feather fist beat you? That should be the discussion. Like, I can't get mad at you, Kagan. Because I do that too. I mean, I'll shoot. If I'm just beating you and you can't beat me, I'm all right. That's torture in itself. Tells you what level your fighter needs to work on. Right? So, yeah. Now, like, Chookagian, if she's able to pull anything out crazy, you know, Mano's not a fraud. No. That's going to be a good fight. That's why we want to see it happen, because it's going to be a good fight. Right? But all right, yeah. Okay, let's jump over here. UFC 3-0. I'm over here. I'm 3-0 over here. I gotta talk about this one because I just went off, like I said, Angela Hill and Verna Jandiroba. I'm gonna talk this fight first. Angela Hill and Verna Jandiroba, pretty much like I said. Hill, her defense, takedown defense has gotten better over the years, so I didn't really see her go in there and get submitted that easy. If it was going to happen, it would be like in the later rounds, but she did well with her takedown defense and submission, not takedown defense, but her submission defense was okay. Verna Jandiroba did what I thought. Her right hand is good, it's straight. It lands. Angela Hill, her striking wasn't enough to overwhelm Verna. Verna knows how to walk through a lot of this. Verna can walk through a lot of what Angela Hill's throwing and just get her takedowns. She's big. She's physically strong. This is what we do. Like this is what her team says. Look, this is what we do. We're just gonna go in here, get this thing to the ground. She can't hurt us. And that's why I said Angela Hill has got to start working on her point fighting style. Colostrum says time for Hill to retire. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how people are going to feel if you don't bring something different to the table. Like, you have to switch your style up. If it's not working in the fashion of, okay, maybe every now and then I might lose a fight, fine, but this is like consistent. It's either you're getting robbed because they're too close, or you're just getting owned. I think not Valentina, but Verna Jandiroba, she just went in there and showed you, look, I can do this on the ground, on the feet. Angela Hill doesn't bring anything to the table to me. And Verna needs fights like this. I would say that she does need fights like this to kind of build up her confidence, build up her hands and her patience, because I did see her fight a much more patient fight than Lemos. This fight was a much better win for her than Lemos. Ernest said Verna suffered a knee injury, and she still looked decent. She still looked decent. I mean, the first round, Angela Hill was put in a knee bar. Second round, what was she put in? A arm bar. Third round, rear naked choke. So Verna was all over in this fight. But like I said, I give her credit for the defense, but that's about it. That is about it. What's next for Verna? Let's see. I couldn't think of a name earlier. Who do y'all got? Straight, what's going on? Robot Chicken said, hold on. Robot Chicken said, I don't know if anyone picked up on this, but Ebos got annoyed by the tennis sounds. And from Chookagian at the end of the round, she started screaming and going for bro. That's funny. That shows you how you should get some people's head. Robert Henry said, I just want you to know, Kamala, that I'll call her none because that's the amount of stoppages she has. I know, right? But hey, how many wins does she have, though? That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's the funny part is how many wins does she have that people can't stop her? Like, got people that hit hard, but they can't touch her. Jennifer Maya can hit hard, but she couldn't touch her 2 times. Come on now, y'all. Not y'all, but you know, I mean, the fighters, like y'all have got to do something. If Chookagian is that much of an easy fighter or that sorry of a fighter in people's opinions, shoot. What's that say about y'all though? Yeah, TJ. Yeah, she's pretty good as a commentator. You know, if that's where she wants to stay. Colostrum said heel leg was hurting after that first round. She had nothing else to give. Yeah, that knee bar, boy, you could see it like her in her face, man. That knee bar she had put on her, and she started to extend that bad boy. Yeah, that thing was about to hurt. About to pop out of location. Australia said Verna needs striking work bad. She telegraphs her jabs, and they're way too slow. You know, for somebody, yeah, that has I won't say her. Yeah, she needs to work on it. She does need to work on it, but it's not bad. It does okay. But the more she gets into the higher rankings, yeah, she's definitely gonna have to work on that right hand. That right hand is telegraphed. It's really good for fighters that standing still. But yeah, she's got to work. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's got to work on that. Hill is a commentator material for sure. Yeah, she is. You know, she's fine with that. You know, I'm definitely more impressive there. I'm just saying. Yeah, Laura Sanko, she's in there. Yeah, I think that's where a lot of people are at with Angela Hill now. They're like, I'm still trying to be optimistic, and I might ask, okay, like, what does she need to do from here to improve? But some of y'all are talking about she need to go to retirement or commentating. Wow, I mean, that kind of speaks for itself, man. Like, you just have to turn it up now or go hard or go home. I'm sure she trains, but I think she just needs to switch it up. She just really got to switch it up, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's got to be. This was a perfect example this night. You had Angela Hill and Chookagian on the card. Like, why did Chookagian win her fight? Because she's more committed to her hands and her IQ. If she knows she can't hit hard, she's still working. She's still just piling up points on you. She's moving. You know, she got taken down 3 times, but she still came back and won some rounds because of her hands. But I don't know, man. Like, you know, it's all in if they want to make those improvements. Verna from here. Let's see. Let me take a look at these rankings. Who's available? Who's not? Who is available? Who's not? For Verna Jandiroba. Let's see. Strawweight. Jandiroba looks like she could be 125 on one day because she's kind of big. Let me see. Lamos is taken. Waterson is taken. Why not Tisha Torres? Tisha Torres versus Verna Jandiroba. Let's see. Nina Ansaroff's at 125. I don't even know why she's here. Number 6 is Andrade. Number 5 is Yan Janan. Verna Jandiroba versus Tisha Torres. Let's see. Brianna Van Buren is taken. Ulana Pinheiro. Who's she fighting? Yeah, why not? Tisha Torres. Yeah, that'd be good. Tisha Torres versus Verna Jandiroba. I'll take that. Let's see. MJ said, by the way, Mark Ramondi tweeted that Ashley Evans Smith got banned. I saw that today. I wasn't on Twitter, but I just saw an article. Yeah, she got banned. So it's actually gonna she's actually been out waiting, but this thing is like gonna give her another 14 months off. Yeah, I heard about that. Got banned for a steroid or something. Ashley Evans Smith got banned for steroids. She out the game for 14 months. I mean, how many of y'all really like want to look out for her anyway, though? I'm just saying. Robot Chicken said Hill got out, grappled, but never gave up, kept fighting. That's why she'll keep her job. No quit in her. Gina Mazzani need to take notes. Yeah, there's no quit. Like, that's why I'm optimistic about Angela Hill. Like, I can't take Angela Hill out the game yet because she's not getting finished and she's not like torn up. Like, she's not war torn. She's not shot worn. You know what I mean? Like, Angela Hill's still a test for these other fighters. So I'm going to give her that. She's 13 and 11 now, but I'm not counting her out. I'm not throwing her out yet. She can stay because there's still some fighters that could be a test. She could be a test for. Angela Hill can stay. Okay. Who else was on this card? Oh, yeah. Vivian Araujo. And Angela. No, what's her name? Andrea Lee. Vivian Araujo and Andrea Lee. Okay. Shout out to Araujo. I mean, she put the butt whooping on this girl. And it was fun. It was fun to watch. It was fun watching her corner get all stirred up and get in their feelings. Start name calling. Which I already gave y'all my feelings on that situation. And you can agree or not agree with me. I don't care. I don't care if he said Brazilians. I know the game, man. Come on. I've been around a long time. When somebody says Brazilians, yeah, they're talking about a nationality, but we also know they're talking about color too, man. Like, I know how racism works. when a person says something like that, just imagine what they say about somebody black. Let me just put it that way. I've already been there. When things get rough and emotional, the real comes out. People start talking trash. They say how they really feel, and they start going with low blows. You know what I mean? You know, I've already seen it so one too many times. So I'm like, I know what he meant, and I know where he's coming from. Just put him in the right situation, and he will say what you really need to hear. You know, what you really need to hear to be convinced. I mean, I was convinced. I was like, whoa, this dude right here, he just let it all out. He said Vivian Araujo was old dirty Brazilian. I was like, dang, man. But that's just me. Like I said, you know, I hate that game. Like, when you shouldn't be saying dirty anything, like nationality, color, whatever. But in this case, you know, when somebody singles out a nationality, they could be talking, you know, they talking about color too. Like I said, I've been here before. Anybody telling me different, don't tell me what I don't tell me what I know. Come on. All you got to do is be doing the right thing, and somebody's gonna say how they really feel. When they can't beat you for real, when they can't beat you like this, it's just like the game, a physical game. All right, look, the boxing game. When somebody's getting their behind whooped, they start resorting to dirty tactics, low blows, biting. You know what I mean? Biting, low blows. So same things come in with verbal attacks. You know what I mean? Like, when you say certain things and somebody can't get you back, and this is going for me because this happens. Like, you won't even be cussing at somebody. You won't even be fighting somebody, but you're just we win in an argument off of facts, and then that person gets emotional, calls you out your name, and calls you something. I'm like, there it is, and you say it because that's how you truly feel. It never crossed my mind to say that to anybody because I ain't racist. Like I don't resort to that because I'm not racist. Like in this kid situation, like if Viviane Araujo was poking her in the eye, I'd be like, dang, Viviane Araujo, you dirty. I'd be calling her out as an individual. I'd be like, this girl dirty. You know what I mean? Be like, she continuing to poke this girl in the eye. But that's not how he sees it. But I don't know. I don't know. That's just my way of thinking. And my way of thinking has got me far. And I'm not changing it. I'm not changing it. So agree or disagree on that, but I think we all can agree that was a good fight. That was a good butt whooping, though. We can agree that was a good butt whooping that Araujo put on her. And I mean, look, Lee, she was in the fight. She's a good fighter. She's a good fighter, but I can't respect somebody that continues to associate with people like that. But when it comes down to fighting, yeah, she's got good tools. She's resilient. She's tough, but that's where it really stops. I mean, Araujo is much tougher, stronger, powerful, which I talked about that the other day. And first round was nice. It was competitive. Araujo, James Perez said he's Lee's boyfriend. Yeah, that's her boyfriend. TJ said, imagine how stupid you got to be to argue with a black person living in America about whether or not something is racist. That's why I said, like, if you have to question it, if you have to question me, or if somebody questions you, I'm like, I already know where you're coming from. You can't tell me. So, like I said, you can't tell me something and change my mind about it. Because that old way of thinking is still around. The old way of thinking is still around. But anyways, Araujo, Andrew Lee in the first round, very explosive. Hands down, that was good first round. Yeah, James, I am. From there, yeah. So yeah, I have the experience to tell you or anybody. Araujo came right at Andrea Lee. She came right at her, put the pressure on. And what I knew Andrea Lee had that was going to be effective was her jab, and it was good, sharp jabs. Knocking her back. Andrea Lee was getting hit with jabs from Araujo, good power shot exchanges. And just like I said, I'm actually 4-0 because there was blood. I was right on that prediction. I said Andrea Lee's nose would be bleeding because, like Montana Del Rosa, she bleeds from the nose. Easy. So good target. Good target. Viviane Araujo got clipped with that left hook. And then she ate a head kick, and I was like, okay, it's about over. I was like, uh-oh, it is over. But what did she do? She switched gears, and she closed that distance, and she clinched up, took this fight to the ground. She took this fight down to the ground. I actually would like to pull this fight up now and watch it while I'm talking about it, but it was that entertaining for me. Hold on. I'm gonna just look at the first round while I'm talking. Right. Yeah. So big slam. That big slam came in the first round too, right? Yeah. So Araujo, she really bounced back. She really did bounce back after that. After getting clipped like that, she took it to the next thing and said, I'm gonna take this fight to the ground instead of trying to strike with Andrea Lee. And that's what I'm talking about, IQ, y'all. Like, if a fighter is well versed in you in one thing, that's probably what you need to do. Like, if you try to strike with this person all day and they hanging in there with you, it's time to go to the next thing. Because yeah, Andrea Lee was hanging in there. Like Andrea Lee was landing some head kicks, punches off the back foot. Eventually, a stoppage could have came. So what did Viviane Araújo do? She took the fight to the ground, wrestled her way to the ground, grappled the heck out of this girl, put the strength on her. I thought she was about to flatten her out or submit her in the second round, but it was just all around good, scrappy fight. I need to see that first round here. Hold on here. All right. George, what's going on? He said, I feel bad for Denise. This was her second first straight loss. Yeah, I do too, man. But, oh, man, the win was there. Right, Robot Chick said, I can't root for Lee. I forgave her with the last boyfriend. I'm convinced she shared the same views. Yeah, I'm with you, Robot. I didn't forgive. Well, yeah, I forgive. Not really. I didn't. Because some people ask me why I didn't like her, but I was like, y'all know, I to a certain extent I forgave her. I was like, okay, some people make wrong choices. Maybe it was him like really putting the hammer down on her, locking her down. But once you get out of that relationship and go right back into another one, it's like, I know what you like. That's all it is. That's why I would have said, yo, like if she would have just kind of taking herself away from those type of men and that type of way of thinking, yeah, I would say I could forgive her for the past on that. But now another one, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's being said behind closed doors. But that's just me. No, it ain't me. It's many other people that's saying it, so they know. All right, let me pull this thing up. I enjoyed this fight, though. To me, this should have been fight of the night. Chookagian and Ribas got fight of the night, but this should have been fight of the night. Am I wrong or am I right? Yes, this was fight of the night. This should have been fight of the night, right? What do y'all think? Yes or no? Let me see. Trying to pull this thing up here. Bitches for the money, man. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Oh man, let's look at the first round. Let's just look at some action. Let's look at some of this good action we got in the first round. See, nose bleeding in the first round, just like I called it. Now, like I said, don't get it twisted. Now, this fight is not saying that Araujo is in that Taylor Santos level yet. Like she's that type of danger, but no, like she's stopping these girls on the come up. This definitely keeps her afloat and definitely puts her in a realm to say, okay, this is where we work. This is where we can make improvements. Find a good pacing, work on her defense, and just kind of build off of that. James Perez said didn't watch the lead fight. Is Araujo good, average? Can she get a title shot? No, I was just saying that before you type. Don't get it twisted now. Good fight, but she's still at a mid-range level, not ready for title shot. Like Taylor's bringing the threat. Manon brings the threat, but I think she's just a couple notches behind them. Not ready for a title shot. No, not yet. But watch the fight. It was better than Chookagian and Ribas. I mean, that was a good fight, but to me, this was fight of the night. All right, let's look at this first round. Look at Viviane. She's closing distance. Good jab by Viviane off top. She switches to southpaw, lands a good left hand on Andrea Lee, drops her back. All right. Angela Lee trying to use her jab, trying to find her range, but that speed of Araujo, ooh, leg kick, right hook. Good right hand by Angela Lee. Ooh, good sharp southpaw jab. Ooh, good left hook there by Angela Lee. Drops. Ooh, good left hook as she stepped in. Drops Viviane Araujo. Ooh, as she landed her straight left hand. This thing keeps freezing up. Man, it skips the head kick. This thing freezes up on the head kick. Angela Lee went sloppy. She tried to finish her off, but nope. Body lock there by Viviane Araujo. They go to the ground. Araujo is on the bottom here. I don't see no eye pokes here. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, Araujo is strong off of her back. Look how she's just pushing her way up, and she gets back up. That's strong. Like, that's strength right there. I'm gonna pause it there for a minute. Just talk. Araujo is like strong off of her back. Like, you see how she got up? Like, Angela Lee is strong, but she literally just like off of her back pushed her way up. Now she had good cardio, then I would say yeah, she'd be ready. Good cardio and better defense, she could be a problem. Yeah, Brian said Araujo's good, better than the average. She has some improvements to make. Yep. James Presley's still not at a contender level. Nah, not like that level. Like, it can either go up or down. Like, she's definitely beating the fighters below her. Well, I won't even say definite, but like she's definitely in a position where she can beat a lot of those fighters. But when it comes down to number one, number two, oh no, not yet. James Perez said, would you say Santos, Manon, and maybe Grasso? I just say Santos and Manon. I'd actually put Araujo a little bit over Grasso, but that's telling you about my rankings. That shows you how my rankings are. Like, I just see Santos and Manon as threats. Like, I put Araujo over Grasso, or I put them on the same level. That's why that fight needs to happen. That's why that fight needs to happen. Yeah, Colostrum said, leave the one who had her fingers in Vivi's eyes. That's what I saw. And she had her foot on the, like, she was grabbing the cage with her foot too as well, because he had to tell her to stop. So she was using the cage. She grabbed the cage at one point. I was looking at that. Like, Andrea Lee grabbed the cage, like, to avoid a takedown. And she put the fingers in there too. So I'm like, who are they talking about here? Who are they talking about? I don't know, man. George said, in order for evil to triumph is when good men do nothing. That's true. You just stand by or just act like it ain't there. You know. Daniel Edwards said Vivi's aggression was impressive. She's improved a lot. Lee also gassed, which made Vivi look better. Yeah, which was crazy. Like, everybody thought Vivi's gas tank would fail, but it was Lee's that failed in that second and third round. Like, she was the one getting pushed out on her back, you know? Yeah. James Emperor watched Tate fight for the title. She beats Murphy. Unfortunately, how politics work, I can see that happen. I think if Holly Holm beats Caitlin Veria, you might see her fight for a title shot too. So yeah, James, I wouldn't be surprised, man. George said, "Do you think Angela Hill is going to get cut?" I don't think so. I don't think she should be, in my opinion, because I think even though she can't beat the top fighters, I think she can still be a test for the rest of them. Like, I wouldn't cut her. Now, if she does get cut, then I mean, you know why. Like, I can't help you there. I can't argue it for her. But yeah, I think she doesn't need to be cut. She didn't look bad. She doesn't look bad like some of these fighters that had to get cut. Like Liana Joju are going on 3-fight lose streak now. J Ball said, y'all do it too much. Talk about cut About cut the fighter. No, they don't cut her, man. Yeah, I'm not cutting Angela Hill yet, man. No, Exactly, James. She's still competitive. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's still competitive. Like I said, like some of these other girls, I can still see her beating. You know, on a lower level. Like hell, she could probably beat Luana Pinheiro. You never know. Okay, so Araujo fought a good fight, and yeah, that's a good point we could talk about here. Like Araujo, is she contender level yet? Not yet. I think I need to see a little bit more from her. What she did in this fight was great because she was doing this against a very tough, well-rounded fighter. Tough, well-rounded fighter was on 2-fight win streak, 2 stoppages. Good kickboxer. She overcame the striking of Andrea Lee, overpowered Andrea Lee, completely like canceled her out in rounds 2 and 3, and had her way. So that I like about Araujo. Like that, this Araujo probably could have beat Chookagian and Jessica I. You know, if we revisit this, she'll probably win because I think she's fighting with a much more better pace and dedication now. I think her slowing down and not being as extra really has helped her though. So for me, Araujo, I think she's in a good place in the mid range right now. A couple more good fights to really push her, but we need to reschedule this Grasso fight. Reschedule this Grasso fight. Have them two fight. Then we'll decide. We'll decide who's really next in line behind Manon and them. Derek Bailey, what's going on, man? Australia said, "Who y'all got this weekend?" I got to think about that. Yeah, I got to think about those picks. I mean, they ain't really like too many, are they? That's all we got, just 3. Like one of the prelims. Yeah, I have to think about that. Mm. Robot chicken. Yeah, we talk about we still talking about this past Saturday. Yeah, I think Araujo and Grasso is a good matchup though. I think that needs to happen to decide who's the better one. I think Grasso has a lot of good, when it comes to her hands, but how will this physical strength play out between the two? That's like the clinches, the wrestling. Now I could see her being explosive, Araujo, but I really got to see how this goes, man. Like that's what needs to happen. Need this fight. Straight said, "Did you see Ricky Hat making a comeback? Oh boy, oh man, what is he doing?" James Presley Tony said, "If he didn't do well in the first round, he might have retired. Since he did good, he still wants to fight for the belt." Man, it is crazy, man. Grasso brings a good technical boxing, good technical striking. Araujo brings some unconventional things, and she brings that power factor. She brings some power. So that and her strength could really be a key. We need to see that happen, though. Yeah, we need to see that fight happen. Okay, Chookagian got her victory over Ribas. Close fight. But like I talked about in my last video, well, I didn't say this part, but I like the fact Chookagian is calling these fighters out, but it and the champion, I like that energy. But after looking at this fight, there's still a big gap between her and Valentina. Now I know she wants the title shot just to get it. Say she fought her twice and it's a paycheck, right? Why not? But when it comes down to either of these fighters being somewhat of a threat for anybody else at flyweight, when it comes to these new heads, it's hard to see that happening. I don't see Chookagian being able to have the same success against Taylor. If Taylor can go out there and be that strong as Amanda Ebos and get takedowns, I'm going to be honest, I think Taylor can do it. And then you got a new look again, Manon, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Manon is another one bringing it. James Perez said would be disappointed if Chookagian beats Manon somehow. I'm not gonna lie, I would be too. I will be 100%. Yes, 100% be disappointed. Like you're definitely not knocking Chookagian, like her streak and what she's going for. But I think it's going to stop when we get to Manon, and for good reason it should, because we need some new blood now. Robert Henry says he's rolling out early. All right, man. Check you later. Zombies Grasso was way stronger and athletic than Lee. Believe me, that's the fight where Araujo will gas out once again. Will she win the first 2 rounds? That's another question. And that's all she needs. But I don't know if Grasso is stronger. They might be about the same in strength, I think. Maybe. But does Alexa have the power to get respect from Araujo? That's the question. We do know that Grasso is a 3-round fighter. She can fight all the way through. But can she hang long enough? We'll see. But yeah, her technical striking I'd say, is better. But I need to see what happens I need to see what happens in the ground. I need to see what type of kill switch Grasso has. Let's see what type of kill switch he has. Because if Vivian Rule is going after it and she's bringing what she did in this fight, it's going to be problems. Yeah. So, real quick, Chookagian and Ebos, like I said, I'm kind of glad it turned out that the decision went to Chookagian instead of Ebos. I'm not saying her performance, I was pleased with that performance. No, I'm just saying, like, I'm glad the judges did give it to Chookagian here, because off of this one, man, Ebos ain't ready. Like, if Ebos had got the decision Saturday night off of that performance, that wouldn't have been a good look, because she would have been in the Shark Tank. And then you'd be like, oh, okay, she wants one more fight before Valentina. Oh, she want Miesha Tate? Shoot. Hey, I might see Miesha Tate beating Ebos with that type of game plan of coming straight in. Or going to the ground with a strong wrestler like Miesha Tate. So I was like, after seeing what she got hit with in this fight, constant right hands, and she kind of got stunned by a Caitlin Chookagian right hand in the first round, I was like, oh no, like, this ain't gonna work. She's still walking through a lot of strikes, getting hit here. So no. So yeah, that makes her say, okay, I got to go back 115 or work on my defense, be smarter about how I put pressure on. But her takedowns was good. Now her takedown, getting this big fighter down, I was impressed. I was impressed with that. I was impressed that she wanted to fight too like this, So I give her that. But there's still a lot of things that need to be worked on, like defense wise with her. But yeah, looking at Chookagian, man, getting this victory in this fashion, I have to say, like, the ones that can take her down and muscle her, that can be physical, like Taylor, yeah, that would be a problem. That's going to be a problem. because all Taylor has to do is what Ebos did, but she's much bigger and more of a harder hitter. She'll get it done. But let's talk about the fight that is on the horizon for September. Manon, Caitlin. Manon and Caitlin in September. It's going to be scheduled for the first card in France, right? Yeah. Contracts are supposedly out. They already got the contracts out for both fighters. I'm sure all they got to do is look it over and sign it. And we'll have a fight. What, September 3rd? Is it September 3rd or September 4th, they say? First week of September? I like that. Yeah. Y'all know it's a fight I've been looking at, man. That's what I said. Look, this is the one Manon needs just to get up in rankings and get experience and test herself with this type of a fighter that can build up her patience. James Press at 30 is considered prime. Yeah. 25, between 25 and 32 is like prime, they say. Robot Chick says it's about fighting smart. Martial arts is more about using IQ. Estrella said, did Araujo call out anybody after the fight? No, she didn't, Estrella. I didn't even think they gave her that much mic time to call anybody out. Like I had my ESPN turned down, so I didn't see it. You know, I didn't see it or hear it. But Manon and Chookagian. Now, this is where you're going to see the difference between somebody that is ready and somebody that just wants to take on a fight. Like Ebos, yeah, I gave her credit. She tried moving up. You know, that is hard work. Sometimes you going in there taking on a much bigger, taller fighter. It's not your weight division. So, okay, you know, I give her that. But I think there should have been more of a game plan, and I just walked straight in like she did. But like I said, when you see Manon, there's going to be a different approach here. You're going to have a fighter in there that's much bigger than Ebos, stronger, gritty. And I think that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take to get somebody like Chookagian down and out. Somebody that doesn't respect the boxing like that, and they can walk through her shots or respect her like Andrade and Valentina did. I think Manon has that. Like I said, I'm just saying, you know, I think Manon has that, but we'll see. We'll see. And I think she does, like I said. Hey, the one thing we know, if Manon goes in there and wants to do, if she wants to go in and get takedowns, she could do that. If Amanda Ebos was doing that, and Manon, she can, you know, use her judo as well. Hey, yeah, I could see that happen. I could see Manon going there and taking this fight to the ground. You know, using her wrestling. You know, she's the stronger fighter. I think it's obvious. The harder puncher is her as well. I give volume and speed and experience, of course, to Chookagian, and accuracy to Chookagian. But when you match these two up here, we'll see. Because Manon, she's going to have a big target here. She could definitely let her hands go and land something big into the body. Those side kicks, left hands, you know, a little bit of everything in here. Now, some of this might fall into Chookagian's hands if you know her IQ in boxing. If she knows what her opponent is about to throw, then yeah, she might have that factor above her, in which she can say, okay, I know what she's about to throw. I know her foot position. And I can take away her game plan. And that's why I say it's up to Manon from there to take this fight to the ground or make it a clinch fight. Because if it is a rangy fight, it'll be competitive unless Manon lands something big. You know, so physical strength, the wrestling, She has a lot of good tools in there, and I can see Manon winning this fight early on. Just the more I look at it and see how somebody gritty like Ebos, gritty and determined, like Ebos was able to do, I could see Manon just winning this one. It looked a little bit more competitive before, but I don't know. I think Ebos might be able to do this. More I look at what Manon brings to the table too, man. Like it's just what's needed for flyweight. I don't see many other fighters bringing this type of intensity besides her and Taylor. Like I said, Brasso is still out there. The question's still out there. Who else? What is her name? Vivian Araujo. Yeah, we just talked about her. Yeah, same with her. Stray said Ebos ruptured a bicep tendon tear 3 weeks before that fight as well. I'm not sure it would have made a difference though. Yeah, I don't really think it would have, because she was still doing what she was doing, right? Excuse me. But yeah, I think we're gonna have a good fight, good scrap between these two. I can't wait, man. All right. But with that being said, dang, I ran through everything pretty not quick, but at a good time. I'm done now, so I mean, I'll be back on tomorrow. I think I'm getting up off of here early tonight. This is considered early, hour and a half. This is a good finishing time, I think, tonight. Let's see. Any questions? Let's see. Any questions before I get off of here? I had a good weekend though. Huh? Good weekend of fights. Yeah, I see a lot of people think that Amanda Ebos could be a contender at 125, huh? Let's see, 77% think so, 23% say no. I think she does. I think she has a good chance, but that's with time. Like, let's see what you can do at 115. Just stay at 115 for a while, and then in time, when she improves the right things, like her defense, big defense is a big part of her game plan. That needs to be added. It should be a big part of her game plan. Let's see. TJ said when we're going back to 4 hours. Never. Not anytime soon, TJ. I'm about to go maybe another 10 minutes, and that'll be it tonight. I'm a little hungry, man. Oh, man, but we got to talk, man. Joanna and Whaley about to fight. About to fight next month. It's going down. Good fights coming up. Holly and Caitlin, I might talk a little bit about that tomorrow. And let's see, what else do we got? Well, that's a good knockout by Michael Johnson this weekend too. I'm gonna put this right here. She just said dislike and unsubscribing. Are you unsubscribing because of my thoughts on Tony Kelly, or because I'm running the strings too long? Mrs. Lee says, why does the UFC mic these coaches in between rounds? Is valuing this? Well, it's part of the entertainment, right? It's part of entertainment. Letting the audience hear these fighters, letting the audience hear these fighters and their trainers interact. I mean, I actually like to hear that more than the commentating sometimes, because that actually has something to do, as far as the fight. Yeah. It is the fight. That's why I like to hear it. Yeah, like James Press, it adds to the commentating to see what advice coaches give. He'll holds them accountable too. Yeah, I agree on that. Yeah, that's why I like it's entertainment. Yeah, and holds them accountable. You can hear it. You can hear what's being said, and I think it's fair to the audience to hear it as well. Uh, for the viewers at home, we can hear it because it adds to it. Colosseum said, if Whaley and Joanna having a rematch, and I wonder if Andrade and Marina will fight next. Hey, they might do it. They might just do that. And then there goes, well, I won't say Marina's down and out, but I mean, we just know what could happen. Yeah, if they do that, man, I personally would like this. Personally, I would like to see Andrade and Dern, but Andrade and Marina, man, like Marina's been, she been making her point now. She been out there. She been telling them, look, it's my turn. But like I said, Dana, he's looking at business right now. He either want Whaley or Joanna to get the title shot. He want anybody that's going to take it from Carla. He want anybody that's guaranteed to take it away from Carla. Right? See, Marina's already lost to Carla. So Dana, he's going to go with Joanna if she wins for sure. And then he's still going to go with Whaley because he thinks that Whaley has the style. So I'm sorry, man. Look, as much as I'm riding for Marina, I mean, it's looking like she might not get the title shot. I might have to talk about that in the video. It might sound harsh, but that's what it's looking like right now. If Whaley wins, Whaley might become a 2-time champion. Joanna wins, she become a 2-time champion. So in the meantime, while they battling it out, you know what's going to happen with Andrade and Marina? They're going to wind up fighting. TJ said Marina should fight Rose. Ain't a bad fight, but is Rose going to be back that fast? It's all in who wants to fight early to me. I don't know if Rose is going to come back yet. Yeah, Stray said he'd rather see Andrade Rose 3. Zama said Marina and Andrade have the same manager. When will these stupid WMMA fighters learn? Yeah. Yeah, because didn't Zhang Weili and Rose had the same manager, right? Huh. Man, yeah, nobody's really gonna be a new champion except for Marina. Like, that's what makes it kind of suck. Like, Marina, yeah, she'll be fighting a rematch with Carla, but she's never fought for a title, right? So I'd rather that happen. But I heard the interview with Joanna. She was like, "Nope, I'm getting my title shot." She was like, "It's clear, it's clear, it's clear." She was making it known that I think she's already going to get it if she wins. So that means Whaley's probably going to get it if she wins. It's clear that whoever wins this fight is going to get it. She made that pretty much known. Like, that's how it's going to go. Ernest said, poor Suarez. Ernest said, Rose got a lead pat. Oh boy, he said, "Poor, yeah, Suarez, man. I miss her in the game, man. I miss watching her fights. She should have been champion." TJ said they'll get Marina Andrade. That'll end her title shot hopes. No new champions. Yep, no new champions, man. They better hope that their managers, they got the same manager. Maybe they hope their manager doesn't try to line them up or can do everything in their power so they don't have to fight. But there's only so much they can do, man, because matchmakers might go ahead and say, "Yo, Andrade, we got you a fight, and you'll probably be fighting for a title after this fight. You just got to get past Marina Rodriguez." And Marina's probably gonna be like, "No." She's gonna be like, "No." MMA Art said if Joanna wins, then she gets a title shot because she has a win over Carla. But if Whaley wins, I don't think she'll get a title shot. She just lost the title fight against Rose. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. It is Dana already said it's the number one contender fight, so he basically put it out there that whoever wins is going to get it. I mean, I can see Joanna being that one because she's been talking about it for so long, but I think Whaley will get one too. Because you got to think Dana wants anybody that's exciting, right? So it doesn't matter to me. I don't think and to him, if Whaley wins, he'll give it to her because he's going to want somebody that has more of a fan base, a crowd pleasing style. That's what it's going to be. Especially if she beats Joanna in dominant fashion or something. If she pulls something off like that, she'll get it. I think Taylor will give her a good fight. Because no, I wouldn't be quick like that because Ronda's a quick finisher. Yeah, well, excuse me, it won't be like that. I think she's a quick finisher. Ronda is, but Valentina, it could very much be a 5-0 fight, but not that quick. Taylor's got to really be off her game to make it look that bad, or she's got to really make a big mistake. Or said Whaley's gonna stomp Carla. That's what I'm saying. That's all Dana wants, right, Ernest? That's all he wants. Dana wants anybody that's gonna come in there and stomp. Anybody that's gonna have a crowd pleasing style. That's why if Whaley wins it, she'll get a title shot. TJ said Dana White wants exciting fights in the Asian market. You got to stop thinking about it based on what you want to see, right? He wants exciting fights. Joanna brings exciting fights. So if she wins, she gets a title shot. She beats Carla because she's her kryptonite. If Whaley wins, that's the Asian market. She gets Carla. They're back on top. They got that money once again, right? And that's why I'm saying, I'm a fan of Marina. I love her style. She's on her 4-0 win streak right now. But business wise, she might not be guaranteed a title shot. She might not be guaranteed a title shot here. Because Dana already knows that she had a rough time with Carla. And he wants somebody that's going to take that belt from Carla right now. Like I said, I'm putting myself in the mind of Dana White's head right now. I'm just saying, look, putting it in his skull. And I'm thinking that right now, he wants a guaranteed person to take that belt. It's just business, nothing personal. Right? He's like, oh man, Marina's good. She's on a 4-fight win streak, but she already lost to Carla. Oh boy. He's like, nah, I can't do that. Let me put her kryptonite in there. Whaley or Joanna. MMR said, imagine if Carla did to Whaley worse than she did to Jan. That would be something. Yeah, I don't see that happening. No, let me think. No, because Whaley has the ground game. She had a ground game. Mr. Lee said, when's the Asian market going to open up again? I think when they all get back on top. If Whaley can get back on top, if Jan Jana can put together some wins, let's go ahead and get Jan Jana versus Mackenzie Dern. That's a good fight. Dern Andrade, Dern Rodriguez. Shoot, man. Yeah, we ain't gonna see that, Ernest. We would have saw it if Whaley beat Rose and if Jan beat Carla, right? We would have probably been guaranteed that, but nope, they lost. No. Well, yeah. Rose beat Whaley, but she lost the belt to Carla. So Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, Whaley lost the belt to Carla. That's why. Nope. And Jan lost to Carla. So no, we won't ever see that. They were probably eyeing that too. They were eyeing that. I think back in 2020, I think Dana was like, they were going to make that fight happen, and he was probably hoping Whaley was going to win. And then last June, he was probably hoping Jan was going to win. And he was hoping Rose was going to lose the rematch. Let's see, not much of a gambler, but anyone willing to put their money over there where their mouth is for Bullet Santos. No, not that fight. If you would have caught me a few years ago, I would have put a lot. I would definitely would have took you up on Rosie Awana. Like some fights I just sense, and that very rarely comes along where you just like, oh yeah, this person's got it. Go ahead, talk about who looks alike. They don't look alike, man. Get out of here. Oh, Derek Bailey's pulled. Okay, Derek Bailey said how much? Closer say if Kayla can get Cyborg on the ground, then do you think she would win? I don't think she would win. I think she could win. Yeah, she could win, but yeah, I would say she could win, but I wouldn't say she would. It depends on like the position and how they got there. Will we ever see that fight? I don't know. I don't know. Runner Ray said, I still believe Whaley to be better than Yon. Yeah. She is. Whaley's still better. I think Whaley has a better round of game that can still be built off of and improved. Yeah, y'all need to chill now. Y'all know they don't look alike, man. Stop that. Derek Bill said, no, I'm just saying how much is the bet? Oh. Few more weeks. And that fight is going down. 500. Dang. I don't know about that. I ain't putting nothing on these fights. Not as of lately. Let's see. Make sure y'all hit that like before we wrap this thing up tonight. Yeah, Whaley's ground game is still good. Like, still has something to it. Like she was doing to Tisha Torres, man. Shoot, I think Whaley's got the strength to handle some of what Carla offers. And I think she's gonna have it for the next time she gets in there. Now, this Joanna fight is gonna be tricky because it's gonna really be hard for Whaley to get her to the fight, get her down to the ground. Oh, stretch it out. Oh boy, what y'all talking about? Name calling. Oh boy. Stray is out. Yeah, I'm about to be out of here too. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say, Marcus. That's yeah, yeah. Come on, nobody's a dummy. Anybody with robot chickens is a come on. Well, you know what I mean. Like, come on, robot chickens never says anything dumb. I don't know what y'all talking about, but well, like Marcus Bill said, I think you got it from here. Oh, come on. Oh man. Yeah, man. Oh. James Press said, let's say we put 200, and if I win, I get 200. If I lose, you get 400. Talking to Derek Bailey, because I ain't putting no money on no fight. No. But anyways, yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow. I'm gonna do a little flyweight talk. What's good? What's a good matchup, and so on. Yeah, man. Yeah, Rose lost that fight, but she lost fans too with that performance. I don't know, like that was another one I kind of sensed too. I was like, you know what? I should have did put money on Carla winning that fight, because I was like, I just said something with that one. I was like, man, I should have put money on Carla. James Perez, have a good chat. Have a good night. Yeah, man. I'm about to roll. See, no TJ. We already knows what's next for Zapatella. All right, be back on tomorrow. Colton, what's going on? Colton popping in last minute. He said Pat Barry is ruining Rose's career. That's a topic tomorrow. Yeah, let me say that for tomorrow. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I mean, do y'all agree on that? What do you think? Is he or not? We'll hold off on that. I think I think some things is obvious, but everybody's been going in on him lately. Like they've been spamming comment sections about Pat Barry and his ways of meeting Rose. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Zapatelli needs to go back to Adam Weight, TJ. MJ said you guys are still here. Yeah, I'm about to leave now. TJ keep asking questions here. If the UFC started Adam Weight instead of flyweight for tough, Alicia would have been in the UFC. Yeah. Yeah, Pat, he's a little strange. He's a little strange one. Todd Johnson, always good to hear you come through, man. But yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Is he ruining her career? We'll see. Make sure y'all hit the like button on your way out and subscribe if you haven't. Trying to get to 1,000. It's taking a while. It takes a while to get to 1,000 for me. I don't know why. So, trying to get on that road to 1,000, getting closer, getting closer. Get a lot more WMMA fans if we get to 1,000. What else? Yeah, tomorrow will be on like 7:30 ish, and yeah, we'll talk. Pass a groomer. Oh boy, I mean, hey, I gotta sit up before I can shut this thing off. Hold on. Oh. So I say you deserve billions. I wish, that would make more fans for WMMA. We could hear, more fighters would be able to have the promotion and all of that. But, all right, y'all. Like always, Combo Breaker 99. I am out. Subscribe. Peace.